for the introduction of GTS. Okay, so these are the primary four reasons why the GTS was needed here in the global market. Okay, the higher volumes of trade, more and more legal regulations since 9/11. So the major contributor to this particular GTS why SAP went into is the 9/11 incident which happened in US. Okay, so the what happened is after that US and Europe government has started implementing the legal more and more legal regulations. Okay, and the companies were facing penalties for that if not followed. Okay, so SAP has come up with this module SAP GTS. Okay, which tackles these penalties and all. So a lot of penalties are saved with this particular module if followed correctly on this. Okay. So next is electronic communication. So governments like US, Netherlands, Luxembourg, Belgium, Germany, these government have the electronic system at the customs port. Okay, so whenever you want to leave a goods from your premises, you can electronically send a message to the government, and they can give the approval, rejection, whatever, and through the electronic IDOC message back. And once that is done, then the goods can leave the premises, or maybe some extra documentation can also be sent through the EDI thing. Okay. So these are the main primary reasons why the SAP GTS has evolved, and the need was felt for SAP GTS. Thing is, the compliance management is the major factor. Okay, the license part and the sanction party list. Okay, once I go into detail, that I'll say you. But the compliance is a major thing which companies get implemented. Basically, there are three pillars for that: compliance, customs, and the risk management for the GTS. But compliance is a major part which companies are getting implemented, because that saves the penalties for a lot of companies. Okay, during their export and import trade. Fine. So what does SAP GTS does? It automates the global trade process. Automation, which I told you, electronically it can communicate with the customs department, and customs department can communicate with the SAP, with the companies through SAP GTS. So that is a facility in SAP GTS, which basically the funda is the paperless work. Okay. Facilities global trading, meeting all the complexities. So all the complexities like licensing part, the sanction party list part, and the embargo related countries, all these things are well managed in SAP GTS. Okay. Helps to avoid the costly delays and hefty penalty. This is what I was highlighting. Okay. Because of the well managed licensing and the sanction party list thing, lot of costly delays and hefty penalties are avoided in SAP through SAP GTS. Okay. Okay. So this is the four thing what it does actually: export management, import management, trade preference management, and restitution management. Okay. Okay. Fine. So this is how it evolved, the GTS, SAP GTS, that is starting from 1.0, that was back in 2001. Okay, and now it is now we are working on SAP GTS 10. Okay. Why I highlighted SAP GTS 7.2? Because 7.2 is the version where it was drastically different from the 7.1 version. Okay, and then it got more easier and friendlier for the users. Okay. 8.0 also is a version where lots of clients have been there, but recently all the implementations which are happening on SAP GTS 10.
Which I have is GTS 10 is what people are actually upgrading to, or 7.2 is the one which is already there in the market and people will go ahead and upgrade to 10?
No, 7.2 is already there, 8.0 is also already there, and 10.0 is also already there. So those who are there on 7.2 and 8.0, they are now willing to upgrade to 10.0 because 10.0 is also gone live and it is much more stable. Introduction to ECC, foreign trade and GTS. So this is what I'm talking about, how it handles its export compliance, the legal control, the customs management and the risk management. These are all these things which SAP GTS handles.
Okay.
Okay. SAP compliance, SPL. SPL is sanction party list. Okay. Now what is sanction party list? There is a list provided by the customs department to the legal department of the companies, and those list, if any of the business partner, that is a vendor or a customer, is available in that particular sanction parties, okay, list, then that and if the trade is happening between these two parties, then the government put penalties on those companies which are doing the dealing with those parties. Supposing the particular vendor or customer is available into that sanction party list, okay, and a company in supposing situated in the US is trying to do a trade or export or import with that particular customer or vendor, okay, then it will have a penalties implemented on those on the company in the US. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So how does SAP GTS help here is, okay, it checks the business partner and the documents. Okay, if the ECC is connected to GTS and the sanction party list is uploaded into the GTS, whenever there is a new business partner created or whenever there is a new document created with the reference to that business partner, it gets scanned into GTS and it throws back an error message
Right.
into
Right.
SAP R3 or ECC to showing that this particular document or business partner is blocked for a particular reason. False positive thing is like supposing there is a customer called Obama and there is a customer called Osama. Okay, so the word difference is B and S. Okay, so what happens here is we can keep the word to word mapping here. Word to word scanning can be done. Okay, supposing I keep 100% of match. Supposing the Osama is already there into the what do you say, the list of the sanction party, and and my customer is Osama. Sorry, customer is Obama, and you has kept in customizing the matches 100%. That Obama will not be blocked because 4 letters out of 5, 5 to 5, all matching should be there. But if we keep as 80% or 70%, then the Obama and Osama are matching with 4 letters. That is around about 80%. Okay, 4 out of 5. So that gets scanned there, and the particular sanction party is blocked. And there is one more thing called the embargo. Now, what is embargo? Embargo is related to country. Supposing in Europe, there are countries like Syria, Cuba, Iran, and Iraq. These countries, they don't trade with. Okay, so any business partner, whether it is there into that country, that they are not able to trade with that, import or export, whatever. Okay, so if there is a business partner block for the SPL. SPL is also one of the thing for only business partner, but embargo is a thing where the country itself is blocked. If the ship to party says that the country is Cuba, then it will never allow you to trade that. Okay, so there are audit logs available for SPL masters, simulation for new updates. All these facilities are there for SPL compliance. Legal control. Legal control is the thing which deals with your license management. Okay, quantity and value limit into the licenses. Check for customer dual use technology, flexibility of the license determination. The determination strategy is very well defined into GTS. It's a master data. Okay, so user can use it at their own use, and this is a very well structured matter which is available. So once we get to the system, I will just show you how it works and all. Okay, so license checks in numerous ways. That is, all those documents like deliveries and licenses with the purchase order or the STOs or the sales order. All these can be checked into the licenses. So far, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So this is related to customs management. Customs management, as I told you, like it's communicate with the customs. Here, if you live in the U.S. customs, you can upload the XML custom duty rates, which can be used at the time of the document creation. Web access to the custom form from the SAP GTS itself, we can download the forms, the custom forms, which are available into the government site. Okay. And predefined template for custom form. Now, as 90-95% forms which are available into SAP are GTS are used directly. Okay, so much less customizing or the above development is needed for the forms. Okay, this is well taken care by SAP with the agreement with the government of most of the countries. Okay, so this is one of the major functionality for the forms.
Okay. That's very good, because then every time we are doing printing and label enhancements.
Yeah, whenever you go for implementation, that there is a thing like the forms are the major thing where we have to print all those things and all. Yeah. Risk management. The risk is accelerated LC services, preference processing, and restitution. All these are covered.
Okay.
Okay. So this is basically the architecture of GTS. So you can see the network platform. It has SAP GTS into it, and it can be connected to ERP, CRM, SCM, SRM, whatever. Okay. So it's because it's a network platform. The CRM, which is dealing with the customer customer relation management, and creating a sales order, and all this can be scanned into GTS through interface through an RFC connection. Normally, we can see the ERP is connected to the GTS, and the CRM also can be connected to GTS. Okay. SRM also can be connected, but I have not seen any example of that.
Yeah, right now I haven't seen any implementation that's using all those four.
Yeah, I seen this CRM is there. ERP is normal, which or ECC. These are the three main pillars of GTS: the compliance management, the customs management, and the risk management. Okay, so in compliance management, what we have is sanction party list screening, we have embargo, we have export import legal control. So SPL deals with the as I told, the screening of the business partners through the documents and the business partners. Embargo, which deals with the country which is blocked for a particular trade. Export or import legal control. This deals with the licensing of particular thing. Supposing in China, there is a restriction of the paints goods as hazardous goods, and if supposing any companies are sending it to the country, that the legal formality should be completed. If supposing that is not followed, the penalties are levied onto that. Okay. Customs management. It helps for the product classification, which is a major part when the duty determination comes into. Customs processing, which can be done through the the electronic thing. Transit presentation. Any idea what the transit presentation is?
So transit, again, I mean, if my goods are going to Canada or Mexico, then we have to show our invoices and then custom documents. And also the, when we're clearing our borders, so basically at that time we need that.
Yeah, right. So basically, for example, in Europe, supposing Europe, there are 29 countries which forms as the European Union. Okay, so if the country, any of the countries like Netherlands or Belgium is sending the goods to India or China, then they don't need the transit procedure to be followed.
Yeah, but then that case, custom is already coming. Yeah.
Yes, but supposing in that case they are sending the goods within the European Union, then they need the
Yes.
transit documents to
Right.
be
Right.
presented there.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Trade document service. So all like the forms and all these are available. Next is SAP risk management. So restitution handling is there. Preference processing is there. Preference processing is basically um, handling the vendor. It's related to vendor. Okay, which vendor should be given the preference and all these handles there. Okay, so basically risk management is one of the module, one of the pillar which is not that what will say used in the market. Okay, a lot of clients can implement compliance management, customs management to as per their requirement, but risk management is one of those area where lot of team is lot of client is not willing to go for it, risk management. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So this is the architecture, how it works. So there is a feeder system. It can be ECC, it can be anything, and there is a GTS system, and it is connected through RFC.
Okay.
Okay, and this is how the data flows. So the master data is a customers, vendors, and material. These are the three master data which are there in ECC, which is asynchronous material transfer. So there is a batch job which runs at 20 or 10 minutes or 20 odd minutes in the ECC, which takes the newly created customers or the changed customer vendors and the material masters to the GTS. Okay, so this is called as asynchronous master data transfer. Okay, the master data in GTS, what it represents is customer vendor are called as a business partner into GTS. There is no customer and vendor separately into GTS, but those are called as the business partners. Okay, and materials are called as a product master into GTS. Same material codes will be available into GTS. It has the internal number and external number. The external number is a number which is coming from the feeder system, and the internal number is a number which is available, which gets generated when the material is transferred to GTS.
Right. So basically, just the same RFC call which we do with CRM.
Yes, yes, same. It's a RFC thing, nothing else.
All right.
Okay. So next is the yes, tell me. Okay. So next is the transactional data, which is sales order processing, delivery document, purchase order, billing documents. So all these are synchronous data. Okay. So sales documents and the delivery documents are called into GTS are called the customs document. Purchase orders, sales document, delivery document, purchase order are called the customs document, and billing documents are called the custom export declaration. Okay. So you are aware about the pro forma invoice, right? So the pro forma invoice is created into ECC and it goes into GTS and it forms the custom export declaration. Okay, and
Right.
that custom export declaration will coming up with the message thing. Okay, so messages can be sent to the customs through the IDOC, and then the message which is configured which to be received has to be configured into our system. Okay, so that we can receive that particular message.
Which
Okay,
message type we
so
use for that?
which message? No, it's for in GTS there is a totally different thing altogether. Okay, the communication is not like the output determination is not like R3 or ECC. It's totally what we'll say. It's a message determination thing,
Okay.
and it's totally different as such. Okay.
Okay.
It's like
Fine.
a PPF
So
framework, right?
sorry,
It's based on PPF, right?
PPF, yes, correct.
Yeah. So are you going to like give an overview of the PPF as well during the classes?
Yes, yes. I'll run through your important customizing nodes. Okay, which should be known to us because we will be working on in day-to-day activities. So we'll be I'll be going through that things.
Okay.
Yeah, all those R3 connections and the obviously we need to know and understand the concept, and probably you can
Yes,
throw some light on that.
yes, yes. In the coming classes we can do that. Okay, so what do I mean the synchronous transactional data is that as soon as we create a sales order or delivery or a billing document, all this gets immediately transferred through RFC to GTS, and it gets blocked or it gets created or whatever. So that happens at the runtime. Okay, there is no delay as the master data which happens with the batch job. So whatever happens is at the runtime. Okay.
To send immediately,
So
basically.
even the yeah, it's like supposing sales order is created and it has a particular partner which is blocked. Okay, or it has a material which doesn't have a license for it. Okay, then it goes to GTS, it scans it, and when while the saving, it gives a pop-up that this particular sales order is blocked for sanctions party, is released for embargo, and is blocked also for legal control. So this kind of message we get into GTS, into the ECC.
Yeah, right there. And then when you say the sales order and you try to deliver it, you'll straight away get the block right there. And then like you have at times
Uh,
at the standard.
Yeah, actually, you are telling at the delivery level, but we can keep at the sales order level itself. As soon as the sales order is saved, okay, there also you can get. At supposing what happens sometimes is sales order is getting through. Okay, why? Because the sanction party list which came at that time, okay, is didn't have the partner, but after 10 days there is a new sanction party list uploaded. Okay, and that business partner is blocked due to some legal reasons. Okay, so when that at the time the delivery gets blocked. Okay, so the block at can be staged at the different levels.
Depending on the requirement, basically.
Yes, yes. So normally it is there at the sales and delivery, STO, purchase order, and the deliveries. Okay, all these 3-4 documents are kept as a document which should be blocked.
Gotcha.
Okay, fine. So this is the master data, what I told you earlier, BP master, product master, and the bill of material. All these 3 data are important into GTS, so which gets transferred to GTS through the asynchronous batch jobs. So in the BP master, okay, business partner master in GTS, creation of BP customer master. So in whenever a customer is transferred from ECC to GTS, okay, the role which is assigned to in GTS is SLL CPC. Okay, whenever a vendor is transferred to GTS, it is called SLL CPS.
So
And
what are
whenever you
these
create,
terms for?
yeah, these are roles, SLL CPC.
Oh, okay. Partner roles, basically.
Partner roles, and SLL CPS for customer and for vendor. Okay. Creation of data provider, SLL DAP. So there is a data provider. What is data provider? He is the provider of the custom and tariff number file. He is a provider of the sanction party list. All these XML file which we get, okay, from the customs. So so it directly custom doesn't give to the companies. It is going to a third party called Mendel, okay, in Europe or in US. So this particular Mendel, he takes that files, he modifies as per the client, okay, and he send it to the customer. And once we receive the file, this file can be immediately uploaded into GTS through an XML upload. So that facility is there.
Okay.
Okay. Transfer of ECC master data. So ECC is export classification number. Okay. So that master data is also available. So this is the basic screen how the business partner looks in. Okay.
Yeah, once we create
Similar
it,
to
understand that.
yes, correct. Yeah, correct. So this is just a overview screenshot you can see.
Sure.
So there are a number of BP roles. So in I'm sorry. So in GTS, whatever is the organization or whatever is the partners, all these are termed into BP roles. Okay, data provider, custom business partner, legal unit, foreign trade organization, LE admin unit, customs office authority. So what is legal unit? Legal unit is related to plant. Sorry. A legal unit is a plant, basically. Plant into ECC and legal unit into GTS, and FTO is basically company code into ECC, and foreign trade organization into GTS. So plant is linked to legal unit and FTO is linked to company code. Okay, and all these are available as a business partner with different roles. Okay, so for data provider, which you saw earlier, SLL DAP. For custom business partner, SLL CPC or what is that? SLL CPC and SLL CPS. Okay, so legal unit we have SLL SIT. For FTO we have legal SLL FTO. So all these are term created into a single T code called BP, business partner. Okay.
And what is this organization? Organization is like a the company.
You were talking about a foreign trade organization.
No, the top box.
Organization is a company. Yeah.
So basically, like we have org structure in our system, but then this is like your kind of a business partner, but then attached to your organization.
Yeah. So this is a basically organization structure for us, FTO and legal unit in GTS.
Okay.
So their company code and plant is there. Here we have FTO and legal unit.
Okay.
Okay.
The legal unit, basically legal, whatever we have, department or whatever you want to say it.
Yeah, it's basically a area or a physical location where we declare to the government that this is our legal thing, which with export import will be happening.
Yeah, actually, at our client, they use a storage location as a legal unit.
Correct. It can be, yes. So that configuration also is available into GTS. So normally there are two levels of config. A plant can be linked to a legal unit, or a plant and storage location related to it can be linked to the legal unit. Okay, so it terms that this particular plant is not wholly responsible for that particular legal compliance, but that particular storage location is. Okay, sometimes what happens, the company has the plant located into one location and the storage location into other location, okay, other country as well. Okay, so that time that configuration is useful.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we have these storage locations all over actually.
Yes, correct. So it's normally normal thing. So which happens. So for that, SAP has given no provision that the storage location only with link to the plant can be assigned to a legal unit.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So this is a feeder system product master. So product master, we have material which can be transferred, and in GTS we have product master which has two levels of data. Classification, which is help for the compliance thing, and the classification which helps us for the customs processing, and legal control which helps us for the compliance processing. Okay. So this is how the product master looks in. Okay, so this is the GTS